Hey everybody, welcome to this severe weather forecast for today. Right now, we have a line of thunderstorms moving through uh, southern Wisconsin, and they're going to be going into northern Illinois soon in this area. So, first of all, please keep alert for some bad weather if you live in this general area. Of course, but for some reason, my pen is lagging very much today, or lagging a lot today. So just ignore that, but. If I turn on watches and warnings, we have some severe thunderstorm warnings right now. We have in 5 counties we have 6 counties we have severe thunderstorm warnings. So please keep alert for some of this bad weather. But now let's pause this. But we're going to go to the Storm Prediction Center. This is our 12:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time outlook, or at 16:30 UTC outlook. You can see we have our area of slight stretching from Montana down to parts of Nebraska and Wyoming, and through Illinois and Indiana, and back through Wisconsin, Minnesota, South Dakota, and parts of Iowa. But we have that area of slight. But we also have an area of marginal surrounding that. We have an area of marginal on the East Coast in parts of Massachusetts, New York, Connecticut, and Maryland. There's a marginal risk. We also have this marginal risk going all the way from Montana down to northern Colorado, parts of northwestern Nebraska, my apologies, and southeastern Iowa, through eastern Minnesota, down through parts of northeastern Tennessee, and north and central North Carolina. You have a marginal risk, a tornado threat. We have a 2% in this area. Wind threat, 15%. The wind threat's the major threat, and then we also have a hail threat in this area over here. But tomorrow, we're going to briefly take a look at tomorrow's outlook. Tomorrow, we only have a small area of slight, and that is in parts of South Dakota and Iowa and Minnesota. We have that area of slight. But now let's go. We're going to go look at the HRR model. This is the HRR model for the more pretty much for this line. You can see right now we have our line moving through Wisconsin. This is kind of weird, but we have our line. But there's likely to be some more storm development in this area, and that's why there's a marginal to a slight risk over here, because there's likely to be some more storm development this afternoon. But those are likely die out right after dark. But there still could be, after dark, more storm development, especially maybe in parts to the north of Chicago. There still could be some more storms forming, and those will move south and last throughout the night. Part of the night it'll last through. You can see they're still going pretty strong in this area. Could be a few severe thunderstorm warnings, maybe a brief spin-up tornado. But it's not that likely. But we're going to take a look real quick at the significant tornado parameter at about the 15th forecast hour. You can see significant tornado parameters in this area this afternoon of about maybe 1.5 at the most. In Minnesota, maybe up to 2 or 1.8. We have some numbers, so not the strongest tornado numbers, but you have maybe some orange in the afternoon too, at 7 p.m. Maybe about 3. But now we're going to go over here to the HRR model, and we're going to look at the eastern part of the slight risk for today. If I go back, we're going to look at this part of the slight risk now. You can see, as you go throughout the afternoon, a lot of widespread thunderstorms will get going, especially maybe in parts of Montana and Wyoming, as we go through earlier in the afternoon. But then those will move into parts of South Dakota and could get stronger. You can see some embedded cells and some cells over here that could be particularly strong in some spots. But those will still be going at about 9Z in the morning. Or early in the morning, you can still see them possibly hitting Minneapolis. There may be some gusty winds and strong winds, maybe up to 60 miles per hour, and even maybe some small hail, and some brief tornadoes in that area. Could also be maybe some bad storms, maybe even in Montana, some pretty strong storms at that time, but they're likely to start to die. You can see there's also going to be a lot of precipitation in this area too, so that may help limit some of the instability. You can see a lot of South Dakota, evidently, according to the HRR model at 15Z, is going to be seeing a lot of light to moderate rain. So You can see, but you can see like this, the line of storms stretching right here. But there's a lot of moderate rain, and some in Montana that could limit the instability. But as we go throughout the afternoon, and there's more instability in this area, these areas are the sun's going to likely be out. So that means that there will be enough instability for these storms to get. There's still going to be instability in these areas for when these storms come. I don't know why I put Kansas in there, but mostly in these areas. The sun will probably be out at this time in the afternoon, and it's going to be pretty warm too. If we check out temperatures, surface products, and 2 meter temperatures this afternoon, you can see temperatures in parts of South Dakota, maybe 92 to 95 in some of these areas, maybe even some isolated spots at 96 or 97. Minneapolis will probably be 80. It could be in the upper 80s, maybe 90 degrees a day. So there's going to be pretty high temperatures, especially in these areas. So there's going to be a lot of instability and a lot of high capabilities, maybe up to 6,000 joules if we go to convective again and check out Cape. You can see some of these areas over here, and maybe up to 5,500. But then the Cape will kind of get limited by the CIN overnight. But, yes. Well, now we're going to go take a look at what the NAM model says. This is, then again, I don't really trust the NAM model because it says there is not even storms going through southern Wisconsin, and there is right now as I'm doing this video. So I don't really trust it that much. But you can see they say these storms will regain strength. In some parts of Tennessee, we'll see maybe some severe storms. A lot of parts of Indiana and Illinois could see some severe storms. But all right. But then you can see it pretty much says that there's gonna be a line of a lot of light and moderate, and like maybe some embedded storms in there. It could be severe warned also in this area because it says it's pretty much the same thing, and then those could make it to Minneapolis, maybe with some gusty winds and small hail, and those could possibly be severe. But that is going to wrap up this video. Hope everybody enjoyed it, and please leave a like, subscribe, and a comment down below. That would be great. And yes, I'll be posting my Barbara forecast. Possibly Hurricane Barbara will be taking a look at the path of it, but I'll be next video, and bye.